I always get asked, which sewing machines, embroidery machines, sergers do I own? Hi, I'm Sara from sewingmastery.com, and I do have the privilege of working with so many different models and brands as we do free video tutorials for YouTube that allow you to watch short videos on every page of the manual. So I've worked a lot with Husqvarna Viking, with Pfaff, Bernina, Singer, even Brother sewing machines, and you can find all the videos, and we'll put links below to things that I'm talking about. But the question still comes up, which machines would I pick? Well, here's the thing. Number one, we do have a retail store in South Dakota, so I have access to all the machines at any given time. But there are a few that rise to the top where if I am going to go sit down at any one of the 50 plus machines we have on our floor for demonstration, there are a few that I gravitate to. Or here at our event center that I have kind of always on hand to use personally. Okay, so starting with a sewing machine and embroidery machine combination that I would pick. My favorite currently is the Pfaff Creative Icon 2. It just has everything that I want for a machine. It has the hoop size I want for embroidery, and it has some Wi-Fi capabilities. Okay, not some, a lot, that because, you know, all my computers and phones all connect, it has all those features integrated into the machine. So much so that we actually created an online course highlighting all those fabulous features that people just don't talk about, and we put it all together in our Pfaff Bootcamp online course. So we'll put a link to that if you're interested. You can always watch some of our free videos that we have so you can preview a course and you can get an idea of what we're talking about if this is of interest to you. Now, I do know everybody sews differently and we also embroider differently from each other. So just because that machine has the right features for me doesn't mean that that's the right machine for every person. So always take the time to explore brands that you have in your area. We always recommend supporting stores that you have close by, so when you need help or service or education, that they're there to continue to help you become the best user of that machine. So whichever machine is right for you, based on what you have in your area, can make a difference of which model is best for you to purchase. Now, we recently did a video, and I'm just detouring just a second, on always saying yes. And I'm going to put a link right up here to it. Watch this video because it does talk about, you know, if you kind of have a machine and you've kind of wanted another machine, there's a point where we just need to say yes and go for it. And if you have the ability to, the means to, is go ahead and upgrade, enjoy the features of that new machine. And I mean, I've never had somebody come back and go, oh, I shouldn't have got all those fabulous features you told me I would be happy with. There's just a point where once you use a nicer item, it's really hard to go back and not have those features. You probably do this when you buy a vehicle. You know, you're just fine with the vehicle that you have, but then you get into a nicer one and you go, oh, I didn't know this existed. I didn't know that was a feature. And you do that the same with sewing machines. And we all know that time is precious, and if you want to enjoy something, if sewing is truly your passion, have the right equipment and have the fun. Enjoy the features that these machines have. Okay, so that's my sewing and embroidery combination. If I could only pick one, I know it's really hard. That one is the one. I actually have one out here, and I have one at home. So sometimes when I get to sew, I don't sew a lot at home. I do most everything I do here. Okay, sergers. Let's talk sergers. So I recently got to do all the free video tutorials on the Bernina L890 serger. This serger has become the cream of the cream. It is so nice. I probably like it most because it is so quiet. Bernina took everything that they love and respect with the Swiss quality of their machines and put it into a serger. I remember having to wait actually close to 5 years after the announcement of these sergers for it to actually come. And when it finally did, it was worth it. So if you ever have a chance to sit down at a Bernina store and try out this serger, number one, it has all the features like the air jet threading. So it's really quiet when it just goes whoosh, and it's just easy peasy. The serging is smooth and it is a luxury serger. So again, if you're going to say yes to a new serger, make sure you try out all the different sergers and then make sure you definitely take a look at the Bernina L890 serger. So since we did do videos on it, you can always use our videos to see if that machine would be right for you before you even go and try it out yourself. So you can watch, the first 5 or 10 videos that we have done and then go, oh yeah, those are cool things that I think I would enjoy. Oh, by the way, that's a cover stitch machine too. So serger, cover stitch, 5-thread, everything that you would need, plus all the things you're going to use on a regular basis. And quiet, smooth, and strong. Okay, so the penetration power on that serger is incredible. So give it a go. Okay, so my last machine. This is what I would pick if I was going to have a quilting machine. Now, I have to confess, I am not one to have and fall in love with a big quilting frame. Okay, so that one is just because me and my style and what I have learned to quilt with. I have become an expert quilter just as a sit-down model, and so I prefer a sit-down quilting machine, and my favorite is the Bernina Q20. This is a machine with stitch regulation, so every stitch I take, whether I can, are all the same length. I used it when I quilted all my Stitching Cosmos quilts. It is fast if you want it to be fast. It's slow, and I can do very detailed work because I usually shorten the stitch when I'm doing smaller work, and so I can really fine-tune it. It is a dream to quilt with. Now, if you are more of a person that would rather move your needle across your paper or across your fabric, then a stand-up quilting frame should be something you consider. For me, I mastered free motion quilting like this, where I'm moving my paper around underneath my needle or my fabric underneath my needle. And so for me, that is my preferred quilting method. I did do a couple videos on where I get inspiration, how I learned to free motion quilt. And so again, I'll put a little link up there for you to check out. And you will see me quilting on a Bernina Q20 machine. The 20 is indicating how deep that machine is, so it's 20 inches deep. Plenty of room for those larger projects. They do make other sizes, and so you can check those out at your local Bernina store. So the reason I'm also kind of doing this video today is because next week I have the privilege of visiting a dear friend, and we're going to take a sewing room tour through and see which machines she picked. She also picked out cabinets and literally customized a brand new sewing room to fit the machines she was picking and the cabinets she was picking. So I can't wait to show you. Once that video is filmed, I'll put that link below. So if you're watching this week and there's no link, it's because we haven't filmed it yet. Okay, so it's coming. Come on back. Just watch for that. And also, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you will find that it will pop up once that video becomes available. So I hope you've been enjoying some of our latest creations, some of our tutorials that we're doing as fall is getting started. If you want to start mastering your sewing machine or embroidery machine, we have tons of online courses to help you. It's like going back to school. So if you've kind of been missing out and you see all the kiddos kind of, they get new pencils and new backpacks and you kind of remember when you used to do that, this is kind of your way of doing it as an adult and going for a subject that you want to learn instead of what you have to learn. So the quilt behind us is from the FOF Stitching Cosmos online course. That's all sewing, no embroidery. If you want to master your sewing machine and all of its decorative stitches and some accessory feet, you can check out that course. We have that also for the Bernina Stitching Cosmos, and we have it for the Husqvarna Viking owners a Viking-specific Stitching Cosmos as well. And if you're wondering what this is our latest rehooping course for mastering how to position multiple designs so they all connect just right, using features that are built into these top-of-the-line machines. We always have some great specials on our courses in the fall, so take a look and see which one is right for you. If you're not sure, you can always email me your machine model, and then I will curate a customized list of which courses would be right for you. So you can reach out to me at info@sewingmastery.com at any time, or find us on Facebook as well. So until next time, until we take that sewing room tour, I hope you will take a look at which machines might be something for your future. Always say yes when you can. That video is kind of hilarious, and we do find a sewing machine on a sailboat in the British Virgin Islands. You can go see which one I found, and that is the person who we are doing the sewing room tour with. So I can't wait to show you that. I can't wait to do kind of an interview of which machines she picked, and we'll see what the differences are between what I needed and what she needed. All right, happy sewing, everybody.